Welcome to this new episode of the Food System Talks. My name is Cornelia Radic. I'm the director of the World Meteorological Organization Regional Office for Europe, and it is my pleasure to be the moderator of this talk today. The Food System Talks is an initiative organized by the Issue-Based Coalition on Sustainable Food Systems, to which WMO is part of. Today's talk will explore food system and the climate change nexus. In fact, food systems have a unique relationship with climate change. While it is among the most vulnerable sector in the economy to a changing climate, agriculture and fruit production substantially contribute to climate change. In today's talk, we have the distinct honor of bringing together two remarkable individuals who will shed light on the intricate relationship between climate and food system from two distinct perspectives. Our first speaker, the Minister of Agriculture from Luxembourg, Claude Haagen, will provide valuable insights into the policy perspective of the climate food system nexus. His extensive experience and leadership in shaping agricultural policies provide us with comprehensive understanding of the challenges and opportunities in the face of climate change. Joining us alongside the Minister is the esteemed Director General of the National Meteorological Administration, Dr. Elena Mateescu from Romania. With her scientific technical perspective, she will delve into the intricate details of how climate impacts the food system, highlighting the crucial role of meteorology and climate science in our efforts to build sustainable food systems. The two different perspectives will help us bridge the gap between policy and scientific understanding, showcasing the importance of collaboration and informed decision-making. As we embark on this enlightening journey, we invite you to open your minds to the complexities of the climate food system nexus and the urgent need for actions. Join now me in welcoming Claude Haagen, Minister of Agriculture, Viticulture and Rural Development, and also the Minister of Social Security from Luxembourg.
Claude Haagen is the Minister for Agriculture, Viticulture and Rural Development of Luxembourg since January 2022. Following the municipal elections of 1993, he was elected to the Municipal Council of Dijkerk and became an alderman in 1997. He became mayor for the first time in 2001 and then again in 2011. He was first elected member of the parliament in 2009 and re-elected in 2013 and 2018. Claude Haagen is also a teacher of economic and social sciences at the Lycée Technique of Edelbruck. He has a master's degree in economic and social sciences at the University of Strasbourg.
Dear Minister, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. I have learned that your scientific background is economy and social sciences. So as a first question, I would like to ask you, keeping in mind the unique relationship of food system and climate change, but what do you think? What are the most significant impacts of climate change on food system in Europe and beyond?
Thank you for your invitation and thank you for the floor. I would say, as response to the first question, that the State of the Climate in Europe report identifies several significant impact of climate change on food systems, as you told. These include decreased crop feeds, increased risk of pests and diseases, and decreased food safety due to extreme weather events, in particular increases in droughts, but nowadays also in rain, which will also be a problem with security of production of agriculture.
Yeah, in fact, too many and too few rain, it's always a problem, but I fully agree with you that the significant drought events cause serious problems. Just for example, last summer in big part of our region. So how can food system adapt to the changing climate in Europe?
The report Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change identifies several strategies that can help food systems adapt to the changing climate. Effective options include the adoption of sustainable farming practices based on agroecological principles. Policy intervention can help to promote agroforestry, also farm and landscape diversification, which is very important, as well as urban agriculture, which also a new way to assure the agriculture production. Furthermore, adaptation strategies which reduce food loss and waste or support balanced diets contribute to nutrition, health, biodiversity, and other environment benefits.
Thanks. But what are the challenges and trade-offs associated with adaptation and mitigation strategies for food system to climate change? What do you think?
Yeah, some of the challenges are trade-offs associated with adapting food systems to climate change include institutional feasibility, adaptation limits of crops and cost effectiveness, investments in innovation and knowledge sharing can help to overcome some of these barriers.
Indeed, developing and deploying innovative technology and shared knowledge can support our efforts. But what is your country doing to adapt and mitigate the climate change? Could you give us some concrete examples?
Yeah, we are elaborating a new agricultural law, and while the agriculture sector is one of the sectors strongest impacted by climate change, like everywhere else, it also has to contribute to the mitigation of climate change. In this respect, we promote sustainable and environmental-friendly agriculture practices. This includes the promotion of implantation of landscape structures, as well as an aid for farms to voluntarily reduce number of livestock. Furthermore, an effective example of both adaptation of climate change and creating additional sinks for carbon dioxide is agroforestry, which is also further promoted in Luxembourg nowadays.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing, but we have already discussed the challenges and solutions, but let's now focus on the main actors of the change. What do you think? What role can businesses and consumers play in promoting sustainable food system in Europe and beyond?
Yeah, I think this is very important. Business and consumers can play a significant role in promoting sustainable food system in Europe by making more environmental consciousness choices. This needs to be aimed at supporting sustainable farming practices and demanding policy changes that promote sustainable food production and logical, in that way, also food consumption.
Mm-hmm. So the transformation of food system in Europe and Central Asia region can be indeed an optional solution, but what are the potential benefits of transforming food system in the region to be more climate resilient?
Well, I think fundamental transformation of food system in Europe in order to make it more climate resilient can lead to increased resilience and improved food security, while at the same time reducing greenhouse gas emissions and improve environmental sustainability. Furthermore, it can help to foster innovation and collaboration among stakeholders.
I fully agree with you, but to conclude our discussion today, if you would suggest a call to action or takeaway message, what would it be for our region?
I think many countries in Europe are amongst the most developed in the world. The state of European climate shows that it is in the fastest warming region in the last about 30 years. So the region and the agriculture sector have to adapt to those changes where it is possible. While this poses a major challenge for many regions, the IPCC report highlights many integrated solutions in that way.
Thank you very much to sharing your views with us today. Thank you for this fruitful discussion. It was my pleasure to moderate this talk with you today.
It was a pleasure too. Thank you.
After the inspiring conversation with the Minister Claude Haagen, please let's warmly welcome Dr. Elena Mateescu, Director General of the National Meteorological Administration for Romania, who also holds the esteemed position of President of the World Meteorological Organization Regional Association 6 and also the Vice Chair of the WMO Standing Committee on Services for Agriculture. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Dr. Mateescu, for being with us today. We have learned from the Minister about Luxembourg, a country in Western Europe with unique heritage, home to vibrant range of local food systems, but with commonalities in the challenges with other regions. Indeed, climate change poses significant challenges to the food system. We would like to hear more from you on the importance of climate information in supporting decision-making for food system. So please let us know, how is the National Meteorological Administration of Romania integrating climate change data and projection into the assessment and predictions maybe to support the transformations of food system and mitigate the impacts of climate change on agricultural productivity?
Thank you, Cornelia. It's a real pleasure for me to be here today to give you some important information about how our administration could use integrated climate data projection in our activity as the main activity in the term of our mission. Because each national meteorological services from Europe, but not only from Europe, must provide information based on scientific data. We utilize also the State of Climate in Europe report jointly produced by the WMO and European Commission Copernicus program together with other UN specialized agency like Food and Agricultural Organization in our activity, because each report it produces annually include information data, current data, climate scenario, but also which are very important, extreme impact on the phenomenon at European level, at regional level, and at national level. It is an important science-based policy report that helps to enhance our understanding on climate variability and change, and of course, finally, to inform decision-making process, also practitioners. Without this information, we cannot put in practice the best solution.
Thank you. I believe that it's no doubt that the multi-stakeholder collaboration is crucial. Therefore, it is a crucial element for the work of the issue-based coalition on sustainable food systems. So this led me to the second question to you, that what kind of initiatives or partnership has the National Meteorological Administration of Romania undertaken to enhance the capacity of local farmers or stakeholders in utilizing climate information and early warning systems to make informed decisions about crop planning, water management, and adaptation strategies for sustainable food production?
We have a good collaboration with the farmers in our country, with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, producing dedicated product in terms of operational activity, referring here to the bulletin, referring here to the forecast or alert. Because in each year, our country is affected by extreme event, flood, for example, or drought, or high temperature, and I could give some information about the year 2022. Is the third warmest year in the history of weather measurement in Romania, and also the most droughty year in Romania. In this case, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development established a ministerial committee to produce and to combine information for decision makers in order to put in practice how could minimize the effect of this phenomenon for the farmers. For this reason, we have a good collaboration with the Ministry of Environment also, and the Waters and Forest, because our administration work under the authority of this ministry, but also the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is very important for the farmers and for the agricultural especially. I want to mention here an important project, ROADA project. This project established for the key sectors in our country the adaptation measure, including also for agriculture and water management. We will create a web platform that will be present this year to the ECA conference in Dublin in 20 June. And this web platform will include also scientific data in terms of historical data, in terms of current trend on the air temperature, on the rainfall, also climatic scenarios, and adaptation measure in terms of crop rotation, in terms of technical equipment that are most useful to be used by the farmer in order to minimize the effect of climate change.
Thank you, Elena. It's a very, very good example. And we all know that generally the National Meteorological and Hydrological Services play a vital role in conducting research and development activities to enhance our understanding of climate and weather phenomena. Could you please provide us insights into the research and development activities of your administration, the National Meteorological Administration of Romania, to improve the understanding of climate-related risk and the implication for food systems? Or furthermore, how are these findings translated into practice, into practical recommendation for policymakers and agricultural stakeholders?
Yes, we could provide a lot of information, especially to the Romanian Ministry of Environment, Water and Forest, that are responsible for the adaptation, national climate adaptation strategy in our country. In this moment, the draft decision of the framework for the National Strategy on Adaptation in Climate Change for the period 2020-2030 and the National Action Plan for the implementation of the National Strategy on Adaptation to Climate Change, including measures for the agriculture and rural development sectors, including for water management, for forestry, for the biodiversity, because all these sectors are connected to the agricultural activity, is under debate, public debate, in order to be approved after by our government to become as a regulation in order to respect and to implement this measure. The research and development activity contribute to an improved understanding of climate-related risk in food system and provide also evidence-based recommendation that put enough policymakers and agricultural stakeholders to make informed decision. Without this information, already I told you, we cannot provide good decision to be put in practice.
These are indeed significant results, but in what ways is National Meteorological Administration of Romania collaborating with other relevant agencies, such as the agricultural sector and disaster management authorities, to ensure seamless information sharing and coordination in response to extreme weather events and climate-related challenges impacting the food systems?
The National Hydrological and Meteorological Services recognize the importance of collaboration with other relevant agencies to ensure information sharing and coordination in response to extreme events and climate-related challenges impacting the food systems. Here are some ways in which our administration collaborate with the agricultural sector and disaster management authority, because extreme event pose to disaster management authority in the context of climate change more responsibility. Yearly warning system, for example, the National Meteorological Services collaborate closely with disaster management authority to establish and enhance yearly warning system for extreme events, for example. Also, data sharing and integration, collaboration with the agricultural sector involve sharing relevant data and information in terms of historical climatic data, real-time weather observation, climate projection, integrated this information with agricultural data, including crop calendar, soil moisture level, and agricultural practices, we could help the accuracy of climate risk assessment and support decision making for agricultural stakeholders and farmers. Also, National Meteorological Services collaborate with the agricultural sectors to provide capacity building and training program, because including agrometeorological program inside of the National Meteorological Services, we could form the future specialists in this domain to provide a good, accurate forecast for the agriculture and promote the adoption of climate resilience agricultural practices. Through this collaboration, our services, together with agricultural sector and disaster management authority, we could work together to ensure information sharing, finally coordination and response to extreme weather event and climate-related challenges impacting food system.
I'm really amazed of your results, but may I ask you to please provide us with some further details? How does National Meteorological Administration of Romania contribute to regional and international initiatives aimed at enhancing the resilience of food system? What specific scientific and technical support is being provided to these initiatives to enable advanced-based decision-making and effective adaptation measures?
You know very well also in Romania we have established an agrometeorological center, future European Agrometeorological Center, the first initiative within WMO to serve the region with a clear purpose in mind, to understand, first of all, the impact of weather and climate on agriculture, both now and in the future, because as the effect of climate change become increasingly apparent worldwide, it is crucial to take proactive steps to ensure the long-term sustainability of agriculture in the fast-warming region. Because Europe, we know very well, according with the state climate of 2022, become in the last year the warmest region. We begin with meticulous monitoring and engage in a comprehensive range of the activity, also including here monitoring, including here observation, including here up-to-date data. Also, this data will be processed and exchanged to extract valuable insights, specific in principle for the agricultural activity. Finally, our objective is to deliver products and services that support farmers and stakeholders in making informed decisions and adapting to changing climate condition. Our center will serve as a hub for collaboration among national meteorological and hydrological services, fostering partnership at both the European and the international level. Also, WMO regional, sub-regional, and national climate outlook fora and seasonal climate outlook would offer information about the seasonal climate outlook in terms of forecast for long period that are very valuable in terms of multi-annual information for each farmers and also policy decision maker. Finally, WMO global, regional, and national framework for water, weather, climate, and related environmental service and agrometeorological data would combine this information to provide soil moisture data, evapotranspiration, crop growth stage. These data helping crop water requirements, optimize irrigation calendar, providing also yearly warning for pest and disease, supporting sustainable and efficient agricultural practices.
Thank you so much introducing your wide range activity in different agriculture and WM initiatives. I fully agree with you. Ensuring the reliability and sustainability of climate information for food system is crucial for effective decision-making and long-term planning. What do you think? What key factors need to be considered in achieving this?
A lot of factors. I will start with the continuous monitoring and validation of the data, because climate information needs to be continually monitored and validated against observed data to assess reliability and reliability and accuracy. This ongoing validation process also helps us to identify discrepancy, allowing for necessary adjustment or improvement to be made. Secondly, quality control and data standard, because it are essential, this information, establishing robust quality control measures and to international recognized data standards are essential to ensure the reliability of climate information. However, long-term funding and support also could be very important to sustain climate information. This requiring long-term funding and support for research, especially monitoring networks, data infrastructure, resources are necessary to maintain also observation network, improve modeling capability, support ongoing research and development effort. Other key factors refer to the scientific consensus and peer review, because this information should be based on robust scientific research, peer review ensuring the information as critically based, evaluated by experts in this field, helping also us to identify and address any bias and inaccuracy. Secondly, also, we could refer in terms of other information, transparent methodology and documentation, collaboration and knowledge exchange, engaging interdisciplinary dialogue, ensure that climate information become a specific need for food system, useful by relevance, reliability, and usability. Capacity building and education could be other important factors. Building the capacity of meteorological services, agricultural practitioners, and policymakers could be one of the most important platforms to understand how we could utilize climate information, providing training, workshop, educational resource. Also, this measure based on an integrated system could become for food system as the best system that could be useful for stakeholders and farmers to make informed decisions and adapt to challenge posed by the climate change.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mateescu. Thank you, Elena, for providing us with valuable insights into this critical issue. As we conclude this talk today, we hope to have inspired our audience to recognize the complexities and interconnectedness of climate and food systems. The collaborative efforts between policymakers, scientists, meteorological agencies, agricultural sectors, and disaster management authorities are crucial for building sustainable food systems in the face of climate change. Please continue to follow the issue-based coalition work on the website, and looking forward to have you with us for our next food systems talks. Thank you very much for your attention.